Recently, we had a look at C3. How about we take a look at Odin? Apparently it was created for the joy of programming. That's something I could be into. Different tools for different jobs. It looks like Odin is well suited for game development. Now once again, let's skip all the boring stuff and get our feet wet by making something non-trivial. Let's make a TCP server with Odin, but first, let's at least take a peek at the website. So if you go to odinlang.org, we have the main page. They say programming done right. General purpose programming with distinct typing built for high performance. Odin is the C alternative for the joy of programming. I enjoy programming. I like C. Maybe this could be something. Take a look here at Hello, which I assume is hello in some Scandinavian language.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You know what? This looks like Go a lot, except they have the function name and then proc, probably for process. Now we go down here. They claim it's simplicity, it's high performance for modern systems, and the joy of programming. So we should go over the docs, and you should get started if you want to use it and try to install it. There's binaries and package managers, or you do like I did, just go ahead and build from source. But you should know here, if you installed C3, you may have had a higher version of the LLM, so you'll have to install both. And then if you update C3, because I installed Odin first and then C3, and I had issues with building C3 because of the LLVM libraries, so keep that in mind. All right, so overview, here's the hello, the very basic one, and yeah, Odin run, or you can build. And variables, let's look at packages, the base library, collection, built-ins, types. All right. There you go. Got all the types? Got them? Good. We didn't want to go too long over the boring stuff. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to call mine main.odin. See, my LSP is already working, so I need a package, I believe. I'm going to call it main. Sounds good. And it was main proc. Now we have our main function. Now I have an working LSP, so I can just type in fmt and it automatically imports it for me, which is nice. Printf hello world. We have to do the hello world, the obligatory hello world. So we'll quit Odin run dot hello extra world. What happened here? Interesting. Yeah. Maybe I should put in. I'm assuming that's the same. There we go. Yeah. And hello. Then world. Okay. All right, so in C3 we had like args, and C we have args. And here I believe it is os.args, and that actually calls get args. Let's see, global definition works. Let's see what get args does. Yep, so it's using like a heap allocator, is getting stuff. So we can actually do, let's capture this as args. Just like Go, you do it like that. We want to do for arg in args, and then fmt print line. We could just put in arg in there. Let's go comment that out. We don't need that, and let us. We're probably going to have to build actually. What that creates a core foo bar fuzz buzz. Cool. Prints them all out. There's a nice and easy for loop. For each loop. All right, I just say we're going to make a server. So let us make a server function or process. We're going to need an IP. So we go IP, and that's a string type. And then a port, which will be an int. I believe we want an int. We'll find out here in a second. So what we need is something from the net package. We want to parse address. So we're going to put our IP in there. And then I believe we put the port in there, right? No, I don't think it takes a port. Hold on. We can global def that. No, non-decimal address false. So I think it assumes by default it's going to be IP4. We're going to keep it that way. Nope, we were there. We should look at what this returns. Returns an address or nothing, right? See what the end here. Oh, it returns an address object, which is is a union. So we get one of IP4, IP6. Cool. Adder equals. Let's just go ahead and call this function now. So we're going to put in 127.0.0.1, and we'll do 5500. No semicolons, I forgot to mention. You're coming from C, You're going to want to put semicolons in there. If you're coming from Go or Python, then you probably already will forget semicolons anyways. Quit out of here, Odin build here. See what happens when we call Odin. So everything went okay, I guess. Let's go back in here. Remember to read the docs. Let's just double check. What was that? To packages core. I think it's in the core. So parse. Oh, there's IP4 address. Maybe we want that one. And this one returns an OK, which is a Boolean, on top of the address 4. So let's do that. Just in case there's an error. Parse IP4 address. And so we'll catch OK too. And if not OK, then we'll print line could not parse address. And then return. We don't want to be in there anymore. So now let's Odin build here and then run Odin. No error, so that's good. Just printing out the arg, the very first one. Let's go ahead and comment that out so we don't see that anymore, so we don't get confused. Comment that out so it's there to look at later if you wanted to. Now we got to create an endpoint. So we'll make an endpoint. Endpoint equals net endpoint. Now this is a struct, I believe, yeah. So it has an address, which is the type address I think we're getting from our IP4 address, and then the port we pass to the function. So address, lowercase, I'm used to Go here, equals adder, and then ports equals ports. I think like Go, they expect a trailing comma, so keep that in mind for structs and stuff like that. Now, we have our endpoint, we need to listen. Set up our server to listen. So it is net.listen TCP, that sounds about right. So we have our interface endpoint, we pass our endpoint in there. Let's see what it returns. The backlog is default to 1000, so it returns the socket and an error, which could be a network error. So let us capture both those. We have our sock, and then we have an error. I'm going to do it like Go just because here we go. If error does not equal nil, that look familiar if you're coming from Go. Format that printf error listening, or error creating sock file descriptor. Put that string in there. I believe it's a string. I believe that'll work. And then we should return out of here, since if we don't have the sock file descriptor, there's nothing more we can do with this function. So now we're going to use the keyword defer, and we're going to use sock.close. Could. Sock.cloud. No, that doesn't make any sense.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Maybe it's a net close. Yep. So any sock, that one. We want to close that one. So when the function goes out of scope, it will call net.close. We don't want to do it yet because we're going to set up a forever while loop. Odin does not have while. I think they only have for loops. So if we go look at docs, yeah, so Odin has only one loop statement, the for loop. So you have to use it as a while or a regular for. You can do it for each or range based. It's pretty nice. Sometimes you just want the while loop, so we're just going to do for and then like that. Now that's gonna loop forever because there's no condition and we're not checking that condition, so it's going to keep looping until we decide we're done with it. So that's how you do a while loop here. So now we're probably going to need to net.accept TCP. Yeah, that's what we want. So accept on our sock. What else is it? Default TCP option. So we just need to accept. Let's go see what it returns. It returns the accept TCP. Let's see what this function actually returns. So it returns a client TCP socket, a source, the endpoint, probably the caller, the client, and another error. So we have three things we need to catch. So I'll call that clients, source, and then error. So if error does not equal nil, print line error accepting client, and then put error in there, and then let's continue. Is that a keyword? Good. So we don't want to break, so if that one client has an issue, we'll just wait for the next client to connect. So let us print line the source, whatever it's going to be, print out source. Since we've done a little bit, let's go ahead and build this. and run it. So let me do a get request on HTTP. We're going to just do localhost. Let's just do the IP just in case. 0.0.1, 5500, and I'm going to say hello here. It's hanging, probably because we didn't do anything. There's our endpoint. So the port I called from was 34556 on my machine, and it called 5500. Since we're not doing anything on the server, it's hanging. So if I control C, yep, and it's still there because we just waiting for the next one now. It disconnected. Now we want to handle, let's make another function to handle the client. So we'll call this handle client. That will be a process. Call it, the first one's going to be net.sock. No, TCP sock. Socket, yeah. So let's just go ahead and defer this sock net close on this sock, the client socket. Now we can handle what we're going to do with the client. We're just going to read into a buffer and print that buffer out, and then we're done. So declare a buffer array. It's like this. So I'm going to do unsigned int 8. So that's a buffer array of 2048 unsigned ints. And then net receive, let's do TCP. So on our sock, what's the next one? The buffer, and I believe it's looking for a slice, so that's what that is. Let's go look at the function. Receive data into a buffer from a TCP socket. If no error, TCP returns the number of bytes received, and buff will contain this data received. So I believe this is supposed to be a slice, and I believe this is how you say this is a slice. You put the colon in there. So you can make a slice. Let's say you wanted only the last half of the slice, so you go 1023 to the end basically. So it would go 1023 to the last element, and that would give you the slice. This gives us the whole thing. Remember, there's documentation. Okay, slices look similar to arrays, however their length is not known at compile time. The type slice is with elements type T, and practice slices are much more common than arrays. Slice is formed by specifying two indices, a low and high bound separated by a colon. So if you have an array of 6 and you only want a few of them, 1 through 4, starting at 1, so this one to the 4th, not including the 4th, that is bytes read and an error. Okay, so bytes and equals that. If does not equal nil, then we want to do something with it, like leave. Format print line error receiving, and we'll put the in there, and then we should return. Otherwise, we need to check. Actually, what do we got to do? We just want to print out the buffer now, right? Format printf. Let's put the %s, new line, buffer. Believe that should work. We'll find out here in a minute, won't we? So let's Odin build, and then call Odin. Okay, so let's say we want to put a header in there too, just for fun. X data is hello there, and data is some stuff. I guess we got to control C. Oh, you know what's funny? We didn't call handle client in our forever while loop here. We got to handle the client. Nothing happened, so we got to pass our client socket in there. And now we should be good. So let me quit. Odin build this, and Odin run. Okay. We have reuse socket automatically in the options. Thank you. Let's pass that again. All right, empty reply from server. I expected that. And we got some stuff in here. Cool. Looks like I messed up on the D here. I think it should be lowercase and maybe just data. There we go. So we got some stuff down here. So now Odin reminds me of Go a little bit. It's like a low-level Go, and bonus, it's not maintained by Google. But what do you think about Odin? Awesome. Way to level up by doing. The code will be hosted on GitLab. Link will be in the description. And thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment to defeat that algo monster.